All right, so seeking out these graduate programs, searching for the graduate programs. The first big thing I'll let you know is, of course, we have all the information you could possibly need on our web pages, right? So explore the graduate program web pages for all of our graduate programs or all the graduate programs you're looking at in general. Look at the curriculum. Look at the research interests of the faculty. Talk to the faculty, right? You want to reach out, find the graduate director, find the assistant to the graduate director, email them, talk to them about their research interests. On those websites, they will designate whether those programs are STEM certified, right? Remember, sciences, technology, all forms of engineering, mathematics. And you want to seek out opportunities to engage with these programs in more substantive ways, more so than just reaching out to the faculty. Most graduate programs will offer some series of informational sessions. Maybe the college or the university as its whole will offer a open house opportunity. If you are fortunate enough to be able to travel, visiting the campus is a great opportunity. You can sit down with the faculty in person. But if you're not able to do that, of course, we are thriving in a virtual environment right now. And so we have opportunities for you to perhaps engage in that virtual webinar or set a one-on-one Zoom meeting with a faculty or program representative. And so it's really important for you to be proactive in terms of communicating with these programs, because it really is going to help you hone in on the program that you feel is the best fit for you. And another pointer is that correspondence is tracked on your application. We have these great systems where if you send an email to the director of the electrical engineering program, that email will find its way onto your file. And so it actually is a great way for you to display your interest when you are applying for that program. All right, so here are some tips from graduate directors that we have compiled. You'll see actually this is a fantastic photo of our engineering building at Binghamton, our innovative technologies complex. And one really cool aspect of this building is it's sustainable. It actually uses a very small amount of electricity because the water helps cool the building. It flows inside and outside of the building. And when it flows into the building and out, it helps regulate the temperature. And so this is a very modern, interesting building and home to all of our engineering programs. But here are some tips from the graduate directors. Don't apply to just one program. You can even apply to multiple programs at the same institution, right? Generally, you can only commit to one of those programs, but you want to make sure that you're not just applying to one program. You want to give yourself options, not put all of your eggs in one basket, so to speak. You want to take a look at the admissions requirements. You want to take a look at, especially if your undergraduate degree is different from the graduate degree. Let's say that your undergraduate degree was in a language or it was in the humanities, and now you wanted to switch gears and you want to pursue a master's degree in computer science. A lot of schools are open to having you do that, but you very well might have to complete additional prerequisite courses, such as calculus or statistics, and you might have to sit for an exam, sit for the GRE. And so you really want to make sure that you're paying attention to the admissions requirements and communicating with the faculty. Your application should not be the first contact with the department. The departments love to hear from you. I'm always impressed with the proactiveness of the graduate directors on our campus. They respond to emails very quickly, and you want to make sure that the department is expecting your application before you apply. All right, so we put together an example of a timeline for you to start thinking about this process. Let's say that you are a student who wants to attend graduate school in the United States starting in August of 2022, fall 2022. Beginning maybe this summer, you should begin requesting information from graduate programs, right? If you visit the web pages of these graduate programs, give a few minutes when you're on the web page and there will be a form that'll pop up and you can submit your name, your email, your interests. And that is going to give the department your information, and they're going to start sending you some real interesting substantive messages about what their program offers. And that can really be a great research tool for you. Month down the road, you should start scheduling practice graduate entrance exams. Graduate programs may or may not require the standardized test, the GRE or the GMAT. You'll need to check with the particular program to determine if they will require that standardized test. But almost all graduate programs, if you're an international student, will require the English language proficiency. That is definitely more of a steadfast requirement in the United States. A TOEFL, an IELTS, in the case of Binghamton, a Duolingo or PTE score. You're going to want to register for those graduate entrance exams in September. And then October, a lot of those applications are going to be open. They're going to be ready for you to apply. You will want to request transcripts. That's your primary credential as your undergraduate education. A lot of colleges, Binghamton included, accept unofficial transcripts. So you do not need to go seeking out official sealed copies of the transcripts from your undergraduate institutions. You can provide unofficial copies or PDF electronic scanned copies of your transcripts in your applications. You're going to want to communicate with your recommenders. Most graduate programs require at least 2 letters of recommendation. And as part of that application, you're going to be inputting the recommenders. And oftentimes that application will send an email to the recommenders, inviting them to fill out a form, upload a letter of recommendation for you, and then it directly goes right into your application. So you don't need to pass along that letter from the individual into your application, but you want to communicate with them. You want to let them know that they should be expecting this automated correspondence. You also should refresh them as to how you worked with them. A lot of these recommenders work with hundreds, maybe thousands of students, or if it's a professional reference, they work with many different employees throughout their time. And so send them your resume. Say, hey, remember we worked together, I interned with you, or I was in your class and I got to know you really well. And just wanted to let you know it'd be my honor and privilege for you to write a letter of recommendation. That's a really good tip in terms of making sure that you successfully acquire those letters. Review of your personal statement. So we all know that when you write something, you can review it, and you can spell check it, and you can have Microsoft Word spell check it, and you will think it's perfect. And then you send it along to a friend, and all of a sudden they find spelling errors, right? They find ways that you can write and be more effective in your communication. So when you create that statement of purpose, that personal statement where you are really making the case for why you are a good fit for that graduate program, don't just write it and submit it. Send it to somebody. Get another set of eyes on that personal statement. And then ideally by December, complete and submit all the graduate applications ahead of the deadlines. A lot of graduate programs have flexible deadlines, but if you really want to be in the running, if you want to have your best shot at being offered admission to a graduate program, really make sure that you not only begin that application by the deadline, but complete that application by the deadline. And deadlines range. Generally, deadlines are somewhere in the winter, December, January, some are a little bit later, but be cognizant. Those websites have the stated deadlines explicitly on their websites. And so you're going to want to really make sure you pay attention to them and not only, again, start the application, make sure you finish it completely by the time that the deadlines roll around. All right. So what are the major components of an application to a graduate program, a STEM graduate program in the United States? It's 2021, right? I don't know if I've ever seen a paper application. I think that if you need to, you could, but they're online applications, right? So you go to the university's graduate school website, you click apply, you start going through the process. You'll be required to submit scores. Different graduate programs require different standardized test scores, right? Engineering school might require a GRE. A business school might require a GMAT. A medical school might require an MCAT, right? And then, of course, as we mentioned, the proof of English language proficiency needs to be sent to the university as well. Transcripts from all universities you attended, right? They're going to look for all, even if you already have a master's degree, they're going to want that transcript because it's a holistic review process. They're going to look at all the transcripts from all the universities you attended. Your personal statement or statement of purpose, again, that is that 2 to 3 page document where you are making the case for not only why you want to be part of this program, but why you're a good fit, why you think that you would complement the research in their program, why you think that you'd be a good asset to their graduate program, and have somebody review it. A resume or curriculum vitae, right? A resume, in Binghamton's case, we accept both. A resume tends to be a little bit shorter, 1 page. Curriculum vitae is more expansive, numerous pages. I would say, generally speaking, a resume is what a graduate program is looking for, just a 1-page document that details your education history, your credentials, leadership experiences, professional experiences, volunteerism. Always a good idea to have that friend or that colleague review your resume as well. Those letters of recommendation, generally 2 to 3, and then any other program-specific materials that you might need to submit based on the different academic program. When you go to submit the application, just like you see that little picture up there, they will provide you with a checklist online, and you will be able to see when the university receives your transcript. You'll be able to see when the university receives your letters of recommendation, right? So pay attention, log into your portal, check that status checker to make sure that you see all those check marks going down your screen so that you know that your application is complete. Okay. So international students, you'll want to pay attention to any additional requirements that the university will request from you. A passport, international student financial statement, or a few good examples of them. If you received your undergraduate degree in the United States, there might be a good chance that you could have your English language proficiency requirements waived by the graduate school. You want to just check the graduate school's website, Google graduate school English language proficiency. Click that first link at the school you're interested in, and they will tell you exactly what you need to do in order to waive that English language proficiency. And a little note here, that photo is our International Student Welcome Dinner. It is an awesome dinner where we bring together the new students who have just arrived in the United States. They're nervous, they don't know anyone. And then we invite the current international students, and it is a festive occasion. The university president makes remarks, and it is a really great opportunity and just shows how welcoming and inclusive we are. And you see the flags that are situated at the ceiling of our event center display the flags of the over 115 different countries where we welcome international students.